Good evening, everyone. Ethan here. So tonight I'm here to make a brief video covering this year's pumpkin, gourd, and now ornamental corn garden. As you remember, for fall of 2018 last year, I had a garden consisting of pumpkins and a variety of different gourds. And last year was just kind of an experiment year with planting the garden. I didn't expect to get a big harvest like I did, and I did make a video covering the garden last year. I believe it's still up. Anyway, I was very impressed overall with last year's harvest of pumpkin and gourds. So this year, obviously, I planted a lot more of the regular pumpkins. However, I chose more different types of gourds this year. I might have planted 1 or 2 packs of the same gourds I had last year, like the Jackby Littles. I didn't get any of the Baby Boos this year. However, I do have a mixed pack of gourds, so some might pop up along there, I'm sure. But overall, I'm not expecting a big growth of the Jacks themselves this year. I did a lot of the gourds, like the really neat mixes. And of course, I planted some of the Turk's Turban pumpkins, or squash, I guess you can call them. I kind of did the Turk's Turbans this year in place of the Gerardelle pumpkins. I just have not had luck with them. I was going to try 1 pack of them, but I decided to get 2 or 3 packs of the Turks. In fact, there's one growing right there, the Turk's Turban. It's really coming up good. I so far spotted 3 of the Turk's Turban pumpkins growing, and they really are doing good, and I'm sure I'll spot 1 or 2 more that I missed. But overall, I'm impressed with that type of pumpkin, so I'll probably get those again next year. Anyway, this year, like I said, I planted a big selection of the normal carving Halloween pumpkins, different types, but they're all overall going to come out pretty much as the same look, same color. Then, of course, a big selection of gourds. And then this year, as you can see, I added ornamental corn. Now, I didn't do this last year. I never really had luck with ornamental corn in the past. This year is the biggest garden I've ever done for fall. I've done small gardens since I'm young already, but this year and last year have been the largest. Now with the corn, obviously, this will be the biggest one, at least for fall, that I've done. And I'm expecting a big harvest again, without a doubt. I've counted probably over 2 dozen fruits for the pumpkins and the gourds. Between the two, I'm sure there's more that I've missed. As you can tell, it's a little more complex to walk through it this year. I really can't, because I planted about double the amount of pumpkins and gourds, so they're all kind of growing together, and I'm kind of thinking of some solutions as to prevent that next year. I might just have to space them out, so it'll take a little more time and energy to do it next year, but it's worth it if you really want to get a good harvest. So that's one kind of mistake, I guess you can say, I made with the pumpkins this year that I didn't last year, because I think if there was a little more space, I could still double the amount I got last year. But you never know. A lot of factors determine any kind of garden, particularly with this kind of fall garden. You have deer, different varieties of birds that like the seeds. Of course, the weather, hail can be very damaging to crops, especially corn, not just normal field corn, but any type of corn, like the ornamental corn. I know a couple of weeks ago here in Pennsylvania, we had in fact, that's a couple of months ago already, we had a bad hailstorm, and this corn was about 3 weeks old at the time, and it was just high enough that it got some damage, and I thought it was done for. But I didn't really lose. I might have lost 3-4 stalks that I had to pull out, but that was it. The rest kind of healed up, and I don't think there's not one stalk that doesn't have at least 1 ear, or cob of corn, I should say. So I'm very impressed with that. Anyway, I am expecting double the amount, obviously including the corn. I'm not sure if I'm going to get more pumpkins and gourds altogether than I did last year. It all depends. I mean, as of now, I haven't seen as many as I did by this time last year with the pumpkins and the gourds, but it's still early yet. It's only the end of July. August. And if it's like last year, I was able to pick them by Labor Day, I think it was September 1st, I picked them last year, harvested them. And if you notice, this one variety of ornamental corn is a lot taller by about a foot from the other type of ornamental corn. Now, this first group was 2 packs, and it's only about the first half row. And I believe these were the rainbow assortment of ornamental corn, so they'll be all different colors on one cob. And then I got the special ornamental corn type known as, I forget the name of it, but it was like it was something there. Most of them are purple, and there might be a little red or like gray in there, but most of the corn cobs are supposed to come out purple. And if you look, like right here, you can tell they're going to be purple. Which ones? They say like 75 or like 50 to 75% chance of the cobs being purple. And there's about a foot difference right there. You can tell. It's really impressive. Anyway, just wanted to quickly make an updated video. I believe my video is still available from last year's garden. I don't believe the garden was this far along when I made the video, however. So this is a pretty updated video for this year. I know last year I was hoping to make a video every week. That didn't happen with timing, but if you look at some of the pictures I put up, I had a really good harvest. And of course, I hope to make another video focusing on this garden yet as well. So yes, very impressive, and we'll see what happens. All right, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.